I believe that The Forgotten Garden is the first of Kate Morton's books that I read. It was released in 2008. I think I would have read it for the first time in 2011, maybe 2012, 2013 at a push. And to this day, it is still one of the best novels I have ever read. And there are two main reasons for that. And I will talk a little bit about those. But I'm not going to give any spoilers for the plot. I will read the description from Amazon. It's quite a long description, so please bear with me. But it's a very complex novel and it's done so well, and that's one of the reasons why I love it, and I will expand on that. So it's a novel with three timelines, and the three timelines are as follows: 1913, 1975, and 2005. The descriptions are as follows: 1913. On the eve of the First World War, a little girl is found abandoned after a grueling ocean voyage from England to Australia. All she can remember of the journey is that a mysterious woman she calls the authoress has promised to look after her, but the authoress has vanished without a trace. 1975. Now an old lady, Nell travels to England to discover the truth about her parentage. Her quest leads her to Cornwall and to a beautiful estate called Blackhurst Manor, which had been owned by the Mounttrackett family. What has prompted Nell's journey after all these years? And 2005, on Nell's death, her granddaughter Cassandra comes into a surprise inheritance. Cliff Cottage in the grounds of Blackhurst Manor is notorious amongst the locals for the secrets it holds. Secrets about the doomed Mounttrackett family, but it is at Cliff Cottage, abandoned for years, and in its forgotten garden that Clarissa will uncover the truth about the family and why the young Nell was abandoned all those decades before. Obviously, we have a novel here with several different timelines, but with a lot of similar characters going across all three of them, and obviously everything centering around this same location. And I think it's done so wonderfully. So I won't go in any more detail about the narrative itself. I will say it develops very well. It's full of surprises. And why I love it, one of the two reasons why I love this, is that the weaving of the three timelines is done so fantastically. I didn't spot any continuity issues. I think the right number of characters are carried across, but new characters are introduced, so it doesn't just feel like people are reminiscing. There's a lot of mystery involved in this. And Nell is a character I think is very likable, and obviously because she's central to the entire story, that's going to be important. And personally, I thought she was really fascinating, and I really liked reading about her. Obviously, 2005 is a little bit different because we have somebody else's perspective. The protagonist focus shifts quite a bit, but it doesn't feel jarring when you go back and forth because you're reading the same story. And although obviously different protagonists will have different perspectives, because it's a bit of a mystery as we piece all of these different bits of the puzzle together, it's very much focused on the what, the why, the where, and the how. So it doesn't necessarily matter whose eyes you're reading it from, and I think it works exceptionally well. So the first reason I love it, it just manages those timelines expertly. I've read a lot of novels that deal with different timelines. I write with different timelines myself. I know how easy it is to get it really badly wrong. And this is not the case here at all. The other reason I love it is the description. I can still picture the garden. I can still picture the cottage. It's all in my head, and it has been for many years. The description is so beautiful, you will become so absorbed. The style of writing is so beautiful and poetic and exquisite, but not flowery. It's not over the top, it's not overdone. But it's gentle, it's got a lovely rhythm to it sometimes, and the language switches enough between the timelines, but it doesn't feel like somebody else is writing the book. It's just, I feel like it nailed the tone completely spot on, and it's so beautiful to read because you become part of the book when you're reading this. You become at one with the book. Very hard to put down, nearly impossible. And as I said, I read this quite a while ago. I still remember it very vividly. I still love it. I'm very passionate about this book and Kate Morton's work in general. It is, according to Amazon, 645 pages. It's quite a big, fat, chunky book. it is very easy to just open it, start reading, and forget about everything that's going on in the world. The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton is a masterpiece, and I think it's one that pretty much every reader will enjoy.